Great race, Mr. Martin. That's Nightly News for this Monday. I'm Tom Llamas. Thanks so much for watching tonight. And always, we're here for you. Good night.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
With more than 900 detainees and inmates but far fewer officers to supervise them, DOC officials detailed the challenges facing Guam's correctional facility in an oversight hearing with lawmakers on Monday. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with the story coming up.
And gas prices surging again overnight. I'm Matsuki Hirayama with what's being done to alleviate the rising cost of fuel.
Education officials discuss possible plans to end double session schedules, which could entail a merger and more.
Hafiday and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz-Langus. Thanks for ending your day with us. Ongoing concerns about prison conditions, staffing shortages, and security vulnerabilities were the focus of discussion on Monday at the Guam Congress building as lawmakers pressed Guam Department of Corrections officials for updates during their oversight hearing. Nevaeh Anderson has the details.
Behind the walls of the Guam Department of Corrections, command staff says their challenges to overcome security vulnerabilities, a shortage of correctional officers, and overcrowding continue to grow. Those challenges were laid out before lawmakers Monday during an oversight hearing of the department by the Committee on Public Safety. Committee Chair Senator Shangu Matautau said the hearing was meant to determine whether DOC and the government of Guam can continue to maintain credibility as partners with the federal judiciary. While DOC's Director and Administrative Services Officer were absent, leaving some budget questions tabled, 5 members of the department's command staff testified about the day-to-day realities inside the facility. Warden Alan Borja explained the department's biggest challenge remains manpower.
And again, it's a very daunting task when you're trying to manage 916 clients and with a manpower of per shift 30 to 35.
He added that the facility ideally needs 60 to 70 officers per shift to operate effectively, including staffing the Hagåtña detention facility. Major Anton Uggan told senators hundreds have applied to become correctional officers, but very few have met the qualifications.
This is the latest numbers. So far, we've had a total number of applicants of 222 applicants. Right now, there are no qualified candidates.
Administrative Commander Major Mary Helen Lazama says pay and the cost of living are major factors in retention, requesting a 6% base salary increase for correctional officers. Security concerns also extend beyond the prison walls.
So we are easily breached. Even in broad daylight, vehicles would stop right there on the main road, adjacent to the prison, broad daylight, and throw contraband over the fence. And if you go by the prison at any given day, you can see those outer posts that are supposed to be manned, they're not.
Even with frequent shakedowns and security checks, contraband continues to pop up. In 2025, there were 54 contraband-related cases, with an additional 3 cases just this year, ranging from makeshift weapons and narcotics to tobacco products. Meanwhile, casework administrator Therese Tayama says despite difficult conditions and heavy caseloads, her staff remains committed to their work. And Senator Chris Barnett says those challenges raise questions about how performance expectations are set for agencies already operating under strain.
I think we have to tread very carefully with this instituting and implementing this performance-based budgeting, especially with agencies like the Department of Corrections, where it's my opinion that legislatively we're not providing as much support as we're obligated to.
DOC officials say recruitment, retention, and security improvements will remain top priorities as the department works to address long-standing challenges inside Guam's correctional system. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
The cost of the Iran conflict continues to make its mark as global oil prices spiked to an all-time high since the wake of the Russia-Ukraine war in 2022. Mitsuki Hirayama has more on how elected officials and even one candidate are making their moves to provide relief and clarity to working families here at home.
Overnight, the price at the pump surged again, and by Tuesday, gas stations across the island reflected a spike in global oil prices, which rose to historic levels not seen since the wake of Russia's attacks on Ukraine 4 years ago. Regular gas is up 35 cents, premium 34 cents, and diesel 80 cents from Monday. Drivers are now paying 80 cents to $2 more for gas since the Iran conflict started last month. As oil prices rise, so is the concern to how the cost will be felt in consumers' pockets, not just at the pump, but in power bills.
This becomes a long-term event in the Middle East. I do not see energy prices going down at all.
It's still unclear how the volatile oil market will impact power bills, but Senator Will Parkinson says the legislature should be ready to step in and help working families. He drafted legislation to renew the monthly $100 energy credits for 6 months, calling it the quickest way to provide direct relief to residents should bills spike like they did in 2022.
That money that we give directly to people in this form of energy credits, that gets spent immediately in the community, in grocery purchases, in fuel purchases, in childcare, in diapers, formula.
Parkinson says the credits would cost $34 million using unobligated excess revenues, funds he says is available.
We do have the funds available to do so. It's just, is there a political will to use those funds for an energy credit?
Meantime, other moves are being made to alleviate the rising cost of fuel. Senator Jesse Lujan requested President Trump for an immediate Jones Act waiver for fuel shipments bound for Guam. In his letter to the president, Lujan says, quote, "Guam is the American homeland. We are a frontline fortress in the Indo-Pacific, and any disruption in fuel security here carries direct consequences for national defense." On the other hand, congressional candidate Mary Camacho Torres is calling for the Federal Trade Commission to review gasoline pricing on Guam for transparency. In a letter to FTC Chairman Andrew Ferguson, Torres says, quote, "Working families deserve unbiased information so they know they are not being taken advantage of. At the same time, fuel suppliers deserve fairness so they are not wrongly blamed for price increases that may simply reflect global market conditions." Meantime, until relief is delivered, the community no doubt closely monitoring how they will be feeling the cost of conflict. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Well, plans to put an end to double session schedules for GDOE school communities are in the works, with education officials sharing those preliminary plans with lawmakers Monday. Here's what to keep an eye out for next school year.
Quote, "They will be called the Tizen Sharks. They will be one campus." Could the plan to finally end the double session schedule for the Simon Sanchez High School community next school year entail a move to Tizen High School? Education officials discussing the possibility of that merger during Monday's oversight hearing with lawmakers, noting that the Tizen campus's original intent was to serve as a transition school.
So what it's looking at right now is our Simon Sanchez with our Tizen High School working together. And we will make sure that the personnel also is addressed, the need, because we will be having close to about 2,300. Sorry. And so, you know, that's going to be something that we need to be prepping.
GDOE Deputy Superintendent of Educational Support and Community Learning Jackie Kittigwa also detailing plans to end FB Leon Guerrero Middle School's double session, utilizing grade configurations.
We are looking at possibly having some of our 6th graders continue at the current school where they're at. And, you know, and so that's like UPI, DL Paris, and possibly close to 100 of our students may be at Astumbo Middle School. And the reason is, again, Machanao is also saying that they do not have space. They have enough for the 5th grade from K to 5. and then Finagazan is about 12 students. So we're roughly looking at about 86 of our students being at Astumbo.
So where does that leave the need for the construction of FEMA-funded temporary classrooms and the temporary Simon Sanchez campus on Guam Housing Corporation property in Gigo? Acting GDOE Superintendent Dr. Judy Wanpat says the project will now serve both the Sharks and the Hawks, with former Oversight Chair on Education Senator Chris Barnett summing up those plans best.
So then we're to take this as a kind of an interim solution where Sanchez and TGen will merge, and then if the temp campus is completed up at the GIGO site, then Sanchez would then attend that campus until the construction of the new Simon Sanchez is completed?
Yes.
Now you're saying that temporary, what was supposed to be the temporary Sanchez class will be used to house some configuration of FB students while we await the completion of the repairs and renovations at FB Leon Guerrero?
Yes.
Meantime, a final plan is underway as GDOE officials iron out a master schedule and transportation.
Well, forecasters continue to monitor a busy weather pattern across the region as Invest 95W near Yap remains the main system of concern. The disturbance is currently rated medium for development by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, meaning it could still strengthen into a tropical cyclone beyond the next 24 hours. If organization increases, the system could be upgraded to high, triggering a tropical cyclone formation alert. Invest 95W is expected to move towards the Marianas within the next day or two, bringing increasing showers and unstable weather. Another system, Invest 96W east of Saipan, is also being watched but is not the primary focus. Residents in Guam, the CNMI, Yap, and Palau are urged to stay alert as conditions can change quickly. A weather alert will be issued if Invest 95W shows significant changes. Time for a quick break. You're watching KUAM.
Spring is here, and it's blooming with savings at Kmart Guam. Step into the season with fresh styles for the whole family. Tackle your spring to-do list with tools for every project. Get everything you need to be spring ready. Find it all this season at Kmart Guam.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
Welcome to the world, Mila. A world where you'll feel loved and cared for, not just by your family, but by your extended family, your community. That's the power of relationships. At Bank of Hawaii, we've believed in that power to build better lives for our customers and communities for over 125 years. So when you need people who will look out for you, look to us. Because with the right relationship,
Anything's possible.
reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
As National Guard units across several states are being activated in response to the escalating conflict in the Middle East, there has been no call so far for troops from Guam. Guam National Guard spokesperson Mark Scott said as of Monday, no units from the island have been activated in connection with the situation involving Iran. Scott says while there is no current deployment, the Guam Guard remains focused on readiness. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said Sunday on 60 Minutes.
Do we have any overt or covert forces inside Iran now?
I wouldn't tell you that if we did.
Only reason I ask is earlier this week you said no. Is that still the answer?
Yeah, that's still the answer, but we reserve the right. We would be completely unwise if we did not reserve the right to take any particular option, whether it included boots on the ground or no boots on the ground.
Scott added the Guam National Guard does not track historical deployment percentages, noting they fluctuate over time. At one point, about 600 Guam Guardsmen deployed to Afghanistan in 2012. In other news, an inmate at the Guam Department of Corrections is facing additional charges after allegedly attempting to escape the prison early Sunday morning. According to a magistrate's complaint filed in Superior Court, 31-year-old Justin Roy Kanata Ugin used towels to cover barbed wire before climbing over the prison fence around 1:46 a.m. Authorities say Ugin did not get far. After leaving the secure area, he walked toward the Prison Operations Center where he encountered a corrections officer and was taken back into custody. Ugin reportedly told police he attempted to leave due to family reasons and because he owed debts to other inmates who had been threatening him. He also claimed inmates had been taking his food and he feared he would be physically harmed. He has been charged with felony escape as a third-degree felony.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Whether you've been a resident of Guam for 50 minutes or 50 years, there's never a better time than to learn about our culture and appreciate all that we have down at the Guam Museum.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
At GTA, everyone gets our best deals.
So my Nyau's Primos Paris is your mom's second cousin's cousin through marriage.
Wow, we're basically like family.
So can I get the deal?
Of course, everyone gets our best deals.
My nana said to tell you she went to church with your auntie.
You look just like my friend's nephew's babysitter.
Small island, right? Everyone gets $400 off when you sign up for a Live Unlimited plan.
Bring it in, cuz.
Even if we're not related.
All right, sports is awesome, and we all talk about like teamwork is essential and communication, and when you really, really care about your teammates, that propels you to be a champion. But when your teammates are your siblings, that's completely a next level. And we have the Meno children here, members of the Wings Club and also of our national team. So we have Aaron, Analea, and Aliana. There you go. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for giving me some of your time. How crazy is it that you guys are teammates, you guys train together, you guys know each other so well. So let's start with the two girls and everything like that. As teammates, how do you guys actually use the fact that you guys grew up in the same house, you know each other so well? Does that make your communication any sort of an advantage when you guys are on the pitch?
I think it does because like when I'm speaking to my sister, she like hears my voice very clearly because a lot of the times when you're playing, like you're kind of like tunnel vision, you're only like stuck on what's happening with you and like you can't really hear or see anything else around you. But when I'm talking to my sister, she's always like easily like able to tell my voice and like hear me and what I have to say to her, and it really helps her.
Okay, now you guys are Southern Chamoros, right? Like we believe in respect, we believe in family and everything like that. Even though you're the younger sister, do you have the ability to kind of like communicate back? And if you see something that she doesn't see, can you kind of like, let her know too?
Yes, we work together, and whenever like there's something that she doesn't see but I see, I'll let her know as well.
Okay. Aaron, how about you? So, like growing up in the Meno family, both of your parents are coaches, like you guys do so well and everything. What is the like training like, with your sisters you're talking about? Like being the youngest, what is your game taken away from them and the way they play?
I think I kind of speak for him because Aaron's always, I wouldn't say like a late bloomer, but when he really hit puberty, his skills really like skyrocketed. Like Aaron is really great. But I think like with me and Ali, like especially me, like I think he didn't really have like expectations to me, but more just like a path to follow. So I'd like to think like he had something to like work toward and like really like not like he has to like be as good as us, but like it's just like he wants to be, and he is. And I'm really proud of both of my siblings for like getting as far as they have gone so far.
Okay, then Annalea, as a two-time MVP in high school at Southern, you took your game from the high school level to the club level to the national team level, and you're trying to pass that down as the oldest sibling too. Is that any pressure for you, or do you feel like is there like an expectation to perform, or do you just like let your game do the talking for you?
I don't really feel any expectation because I know what I'm capable of, and everyone has their like good and bad days, and if I'm having a bad day, it doesn't mean I'm any less of a player than I was before. So yeah, I like to think that there's no really expectation, but you just play your game when you are out there. I think he's very quick to press the ball. Aaron's actually very fast. Like just recently I started noticing when he's running, he'll like shift gears and then start going faster even when I already thought he was going like his fastest. But his instincts as like a left back are like really great, and he has like the initiative to like make overlapping runs. Okay. So that instead of being on offense, he turns it into an attack. So yeah, I think his like knowledge of the play is actually very great, his IQ.
Okay. Now from a younger sibling standpoint, Ali, what do you get from Annalea's game, and what about you? Like your game is completely your own, because I mean everybody's their own person, and you say, but growing up watching her and everything like that, what did you take away?
When I first started playing soccer, it was really hard for me because like she's really good, and so even though we play different positions, like her knowledge and like her communication really helps me on and off the field. And usually when she watches me play, she also coaches me. Like she won't just like we don't just play together, like she'll still coach me even if we're playing.
And how was it like to actually have your sibling in the national team? Because like you guys are going to be traveling, like being an ambassador for Guam, not just like playing games here and everything like that, but you're really representing our island. But when you guys wear the Meno name, that's a lot of pride, that's a lot of tradition, and that's a lot of excellence too.
I think it is a great privilege. Growing up, and like being a part of like the national team and stuff, I did know it was a privilege, and I did like appreciate it. But like now that I am like where I am now, like doing what I've done and like knowing what I know now, and like my siblings are also getting to like into the same thing, I think it's a really, really great privilege to be able to play at like the highest level that we have here on Guam, and they're training under like the best coaches that we have here, and they're able to like travel like for free most of the time. I find that like a really great privilege, and not everyone is able to like experience that. And like I find it really great knowing that I not only get to experience it, but so do my siblings, and also at like a much younger age, I think.
Who's the best leader? Okay. Who's the biggest hothead? Who gets angry the fastest? Because you can make that work for yourself too, but who's got the fieriest temper? Okay. Who's the best cook? Who makes the best food for practice? Aaron?
Aaron's been getting into baking.
Oh, okay. You can have some carbs, and prior to the game, what's your best thing to bake?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
Cookies.
Okay. Oh, very nice. Who prays the most? Either pre-game, post-game? Yeah. Who's the loudest?
I guess.
Who's the best teammate?
I think all of us are really great teammates, yeah.
Okay.
I think we all have like very like bright personalities, and we like to light up the team and like the room, yeah.
Biba Meno family.
Biba.
There you go.
The new Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas at Taco Bell. You can't get just one, but like that's not some marketing hyperbole. You literally can't get just one. They come in twos. So like if you want just one, you're gonna need to find a friend who likes slow roasted chicken, bacon, and avocado ranch. Or a friend of a friend who loves slow roasted chicken, bacon, and avocado ranch. Or approach a complete stranger to see if they are obsessed with slow roasted chicken, bacon, and avocado ranch. Or you could just eat them both. The new Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas at Taco Bell.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this,
That's a Jeep thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations? Jeep things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase. But if it happens, Jeep thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying, it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all Jeep things. Remembering without saying it. Couldn't be more of a Jeep thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, an American saving another American's tail. Jeep things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a Jeep thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a Jeep thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a Jeep thing. So we're bringing you more Jeep things this year, because Jeep things should be everyone's thing.
Hoppaday! I'm Venetia Kim.
I'm Hope Utopia.
And welcome to this week's edition of the Spark Report.
As March kicks off, our island is preparing to celebrate Mes Chamoru, a month dedicated to honoring Guam history, Chamorro heritage, culture, and language.
Let's see how our schools are prepping up for Mes Chamoru.
This year's theme, Ifino Chamorro Muna Satun Sainadzan Pakun, highlights how the Chamorro language helps strengthen the bond between parents and children across generations. Here at St. John's, students celebrate Mes Chamoru with the decoration competition, highlighting important figures from Chamorro history. The Mendania Club also opened the celebration by performing the Bendishon.
Hafide, today we're with Senora Rodriguez to introduce what JFK will be doing for Mes Chamoru.
Hafide, Sizos Masi for giving me this opportunity to talk about our annual Gupu Chamorro here at JFK. Our Gupu Chamorro will be held on Friday, March 27. We will be celebrating with a fun-filled festivity that promotes and honors Chamorro culture and traditions. Students will take part in the celebration by performing traditional dances, singing, and chanting, showcasing their appreciation of our island's cultural heritage. There will also be friendly competition amongst classes, including a tug-of-war to determine the strongest class and a blowing of the kulu competition, highlighting traditional cultural practices. For added excitement, a carabao will be present on campus for photo opportunities, giving students a chance to experience an important part of Guam's agricultural history. In addition, local artists will be invited to campus to demonstrate traditional skills, including Jizu Paktu, which is the slingshot, and the Talaza, a traditional net throwing demonstrations. Mr. Labdorm, our art teacher, will also feature an anime-style rendition of Guam's legends, blending traditional storytelling with modern artistic expression. Overall, the event aims to celebrate, preserve, and promote Chamorro culture while engaging students in a meaningful cultural learning experiences.
Today, we ask students, what is the one word that describes what Mes Chamoru means to you?
If I could describe Mes Chamoru in one word, I would describe it as community. I would describe it as community because I think it's so important for all of us on Guam to come together and celebrate our Chamorro heritage.
Mes Chamoru is wonderful to me because it gives me and my family the opportunity to celebrate my culture and our diversity.
To me, it means home because I've been born and raised on Guam.
Mes Chamoru means to me is really important because it keeps me and my family connected because we're all Chamorro and that helps us learn like our culture and everything, and yeah, that's really good.
Chamorro is very meaningful to me because it gives me the wisdom to spread my cultural diversity, and also gives me strength because it inspires me.
Throughout the month, communities across Guam will be hosting activities that highlight Chamorro culture, keeping traditions alive by passing them down to the next generation.
What are you doing to celebrate Mes Chamoru?
From the KUAM Care Force Spark Ambassadors, Viva Mes Chamoru!
Atitan High School senior, one of our KUAM Spark ambassadors, is earning national recognition. Robin Lynn Sanchez has been selected as a Big Future Ambassador for the 2026 spring cohort by the College Board. The national program brings together student leaders who help classmates plan for life after graduation by sharing resources on college pathways, careers, and financial aid through the Big Future platform. Atitan High School Principal Sofia Duenas said the selection reflects Robin Lynn's leadership and commitment to helping others succeed as they prepare for their futures. Robin Lynn was recently recognized by the Guam Education Board. More than 5,800 student ambassadors nationwide serve in their school communities by sharing information through social media, school events, and peer networks. Robin Lynn said she is honored to represent her school and hopes her work helps classmates take the next steps toward their goals after high school.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific, Better Together, and Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas.
You know, my friends, there's a reason why we've been telling you to pass by GPO on Saturdays throughout Mes Chamoru, throughout Chamorro month, because there are performances starting at 2 o'clock where we celebrate our island culture, our dance, our music, our passion, our pride, our hospitality, and Para Iprobretsen Itatauta is performing each and every Saturday at 2 p.m. Please make sure swing by, have something good to eat, check them out, and make sure to support them because they're doing really, really good work. Hardworking kids there. All right, Taggy Fiesta, speaking of amazing things to do, it doesn't have to be Chamorro month to have a proper island fiesta, right? Make sure to celebrate because it is Chamorro month. Hey, that's my buddy Arson. I was just talking to Arson the other day when I went by Payless, right? All the Payless supermarkets throughout are hosting Chaggy Fiestas where you can sample local favorites. That is super awesome. Nice people. They want to share their culture with you. And personally, I like the Dedido Payless because that's where I'm from and everything. They have this wonderful recreated, you know, the pneumatic bridge and everything like that. It's unbelievable. Super cool. All right. And then we need to support the Pink Ladies, right? The GMH Volunteers Association. They do really good work helping out Guam's only public hospital. And they're having a charity ball so that they can provide services, support, good spirits, and equipment that is much needed for GMH. So please make sure to go check it out. This is going to be on the 11th at 6 p.m. over at the Hyatt. I have hosted this event many times, and my Auntie Judy was a former hospital volunteer of the year. Amazing work. I know a lot of people who have been Pink Ladies over the years, so let's make sure to support them because they are supporting us. See, it's a wonderful relationship, as is the relationship we have with our birthday celebrants. So that's what we're doing right now.
Happy birthday on a kind of rainy Tuesday, but the sunshine is always coming out for Jasmine Guzman, celebrating sweet 16 birthday today. And to first baby sister, keep doing great in school. Love, Ria, and the family. Jasmine, we hope you have an absolutely wonderful day today. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz-Langas. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle is brought to you by the Medical City, your trusted partner in health.
Hapaday Guam, happy Tuesday, and welcome to another episode of Health, Home, and Lifestyle. I'm here at the entrance of Laddie Heights up in Manilao. Good people up here, good times, good property, good healthy way of living. So we're going to show you how to live a healthy and happy island life today. We got a great episode for you. Here's what we have for you this week.
We are always ready. And you know what? When you love what you do, it is never like work. And this is why we love our job here. Liz and Gina are over at Remax Diamond Realty downtown in Agutnia. I'm Jason Salas. I'm here at the KUM Studios in Harmon. Welcome to Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Once again, everybody. And on House to Home, we give you information that you can use. Ladies, I want to do something fun today because, you know, it's a rainy day. We need some sunshine in our day, right? Let's do some viewer questions.
Yeah. It's really raining hard out there, very wet.
Yeah, and of course you guys have a really good view too, like really overlooking the first part of the bay over there. So okay, And that brings me to the very first question we have. So like these, I just went and I cribbed some of the comments that people have put on our YouTube channel, which by the way, check out KUAM or youtube.com/KUAM news for our playlist, which is House to Home. You can watch any of our episodes. And trust me, of all the ones that we got, like of 10 plus years, like a third of them are about probate. So you're going to learn everything you need to know about probate, right? But this question is interesting. And Liz and Gina, you can jump in on this as you see fit. They say, is there a best day of the week and time of day to do a showing?
Hey, when it's not rainy and wet like this, for sure. And, you have to have your umbrella, your galoshes, and be prepared because weather like this, I definitely don't want to do showings. But if someone insisted they wanted to do a showing, not a problem. I have the equipment to go out in this weather to do showings. But in terms of the day, I mean, Gina and I pretty much will focus our attention on the needs of the client. So if they prefer to look at the properties in the morning or in the afternoon, we will accommodate. My only concern is at night, I do not recommend doing showings when it's already dark because you're not going to see the true picture of the property. And, when it's dark, you can't really see what's going on in the property, whether there's any deficiency or problems. You could turn on the lights, but if you're doing showings in the evening, it could hide the deficiencies in the properties.
And I would have always agreed with you, Liz. And then remember, like several months ago, we went down to Santa Rita and we actually took a look at that gentleman who built the container home. And it was raining that day right over the valley, and it was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it looked better in the rain than it would in the sun.
In fact, I want to add, we are scheduled to go back. He's finished the house, but I told him we wanted to revisit after he stages the home. So just heads up on that we will be going back.
Oh, just give me, speaking of date and time, please just let me know. So Gina, is it better for like sundown or sundown, sunrise, rain, shine?
Well, when you first go out, I think it's more about your availability than anything. But when it comes to you've picked a house or two, I think for me personally, I want to go, like if I know I'm an outdoor person and I know being outside, the outside space is important to me, I want to go at the height of the sun so I can see if the backyard's important to me, I want to go when it's really, really hot so I can see, can I really use that backyard or not? Those things are, I'm a little weird that way. Those things are going to be important to me. On Saturday and Sunday when I'm home, can I really get outside and enjoy my backyard? Is the sun facing in the right direction, or does the wind blow in the right direction? Those things. So I want to go back after I've already picked the home during that time of day so that it helps me with my decision making.
And because I'm a dork, my first thing to say is, oh, okay. Oh my gosh, how good is the Wi-Fi here?
See, you're right. You have to base it on what's important to you. What are you looking for? Like maybe you want to see where the sun comes up in the master bedroom because you don't like sunlight. Okay, then go in the once you've selected the home, go back with your agent.
Hey, if you're a vampire and you want to shoot, or you want a house showing and you're happen to be like a vampire, no problem, Count Dracula. We'll show you a place.
Yeah. No, but Jason, we do get people who are concerned where the sun rises and where it sets and how the house is positioned. We've had people who they look at the door, is it facing north or south? Because some people have feng shui concerns, mm-hmm. and we don't quite understand it all, but we accommodate whatever their needs are in terms of showing properties. And so it's sometimes they'll say, okay, if we want to sign our contract, it has to be on this day and at this time. So again, and like you said, even with Wi-Fi, there are dead spots on the island in terms of Wi-Fi access.
Yep.
It may be within the area, but there's a dead spot somewhere.
Okay. Interesting question. Okay, here's question number 2. And this came in, this was just like 4 days ago when I took a look at this. Somebody posted on our YouTube channel, is a church considered
how is that zoned? If I'm starting a place of, if I have a place of worship and I want to get property for it, is that commercial, residential, even agricultural? Or does it have its own designation?
You want me to start, Liz?
Yeah, go ahead.
So
yes, please, Mother Superior, go ahead.
It falls under conditional uses, actually. So you can put it on any zone, but it falls under conditional use variance. And so that's one of those specialty fields that you've got to take a look at it. Now, if there's already, so you have to be mindful that there's certain type of establishments that can't be within a radius of that church. So I don't know if you're looking at a piece of property and you're trying to convert it to a church and there's already an existing business that conflicts with that use, how's that going to impact the church? But it's also vice versa. If you've already got a church there and somebody's looking to have a development within that church zone, then how does that impact the person looking at developing? It goes both ways, but yeah, it's a conditional use.
Okay. And Liz, this is interesting too for me, just reading this question, because, there are some churches obviously where you have like big steeples and, and the sanctuary and like, downtown we've got the cathedral. And then you've got these other little, maybe call them like boutique churches that are just starting out and they have a congregation and they do very, very good work. They're just a little bit small and they're kind of like, not that established and the building isn't so sophisticated yet.
Yeah.
We actually get a lot of inquiries of churches that are looking for space. So some of the spaces they're looking at is a commercial space. And, but I think the critical part they look at is parking, and a lot of them function over the weekend. So if you're in a commercial building and the parking is limited, Saturday, Sunday is not so bad. So they really scrutinize the location of where they are interested in renting. But you're right, there are small churches right now, always looking. I know we were dealing with one group, but the rent of the commercial building was rather, just bear in mind, commercial buildings rent, some of them are on the high side. And if you're a church looking for a space, the problem is the offer you make sometimes will be too low that the landlord is not willing to accept it.
And technically you're a nonprofit organization if you're a church.
That's right. And it would depend on your congregation, the numbers, the collection that you make, whether that would suffice in terms of rental per month.
Okay, Gina, how about reuse of previous properties and previous even just raw land? Because because I'm from Dedido, I remember there's that wonderful church behind Paradise Fitness Center and Payless now. I think it's the Universal Church. That used to be a movie theater. Like, what if you're actually gonna make use of a place of worship of a place that used to be a commercial property? Do you have to rezone that?
That's a great example, because it used to be a movie theater. It was converted to a church, and now it's converted back to a warehouse. That is commercial zone. So it's multifunctional, right, in terms of what you could do to it. And yeah, it became a church, Assembly of God, was it? And then now it's actually a warehouse space.
It was Victory Chapel.
It was Victory Chapel for a while, and I think it's Universal Church now. I may be wrong, though.
Church? I know it's been used as a warehouse, it's been used as a church, and like you said, it was a movie theater, but that is commercial zone, so it is it's a multi-purpose zone. You could go back and forth like that, and that building had ample parking, so it was a good space.
The new Big Arch sauce is so delicious. You'll wonder if they named the sauce after the burger or the burger after the sauce. The Big Arch, the most McDonald's burger yet. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
But anyway, I was going to say at 21, I did get my license. And I just worked my butt off to learn the business. And, and I find people appreciate that. If you're willing to really learn and you're willing to really put in 100%, then people relate to that. They could see that you're working hard, that you are trying to deliver the best service you can. And so age is not going to be a factor, whether you're extremely young or much more seasoned in your
Mhm.
years, right? I don't think people are going to be turned off by that. I think what they can relate to is the fact that you're trying 200% and you're putting in all your effort, and they could tell, people could tell if you're really trying to help them and be of service to them. So I don't think the age is going to be a big deal.
Okay, really, really good question there. So thank you for putting that in. Okay, let's take a trip around the island, or at least to some parts, ladies, because this next question again posted to our YouTube channel. Liz and Gina, I love the show. Hey, hello, I'm here too. Liz and Gina, love the show. I love watching you guys, and I've subscribed for several years. Thank you. Which villages, in your professional opinion, have the most untapped potential for residential, commercial, and agricultural property? So which villages? Personally, I would say just driving around, I've always thought that MTM is kind of like the diamond in the rough. And for some reason, I get a feeling that Malolo really has a lot of value in it that could really come up. I mean, I know things are, like really quiet, really nice there, but MTM and Malolo always did it for me.
I think you have to break that down, because if you're looking at farming, there are areas up in the north, but you're right. Talafofo is an area that's good for farming, and maybe parts of Jotnya, because they're large tracts of land, right? Inaraha has a big tract of land. I know there are properties there that are on the market for sale. But again, when you're looking at farming, the distance, they have to look at whether there's water in the area, because they have to irrigate. There's a number of factors that they need, of course. And when you're farming, you do get a break, I believe, on the water rates for farmers. Commercial, normally anyone, right, Gina? People who want commercial have to be central, which is in Tamuning, Tuman, or Barragata. Your perimeter of properties right around that rim would be Barragata, Mongmong, Tamuning, Tuman, in terms of
I was right, MTM.
Yeah, if you break it down, but you have to break it down, because you can't use all those zones in one particular area.
Right. Okay, so Gina, what do you say? Because they said the most untapped potential. So that's basically like.
Well, you said untapped and you said residential. And honestly, my mind is always thinking about residential. Okay, because yes, we need commercial. Yes, we need farmland, but honestly, we need houses more than, for me personally, I think we need homes more than we need any of that. And so if I were trying to encourage somebody, I would say Chalampago, because there's a lot of land in Chalampago that remains undeveloped. And I mean, there's issues about it. Chalampago is also very hilly, right? It's dips and valleys, but there's a lot of land in that area. PD also, and I agree with Liz, Jonia. And the reason I like Jonia is because it's not over the waterland tables anymore. PD also is not over the waterland table. So you have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to permitting, not a lot, but a little, and that every little bit helps. And so those are the three areas that I would say, hey, if you're interested and you're willing to make a go of building, those are the areas that I would really promote.
Very nice. Okay, let's wrap with this, because this is so fascinating. So let me pose a question to both of you now. What questions, after us doing the show for so many years, do you guys get approached with when people run into you, like at Kmart at 2 a.m. when you're buying cucumbers, or or when you're in between showings at to a prospective client?
I was just telling Gina, I just at Mescla today, someone came up and said, we really enjoy the show and the information and the comments you guys make. And I always ask, if you have a particular topic you'd like us to cover, please let us know. In terms of comments about the content, I've had people call about that law that Shelley Calvo, a lot of calls regarding that they want to know how can they go about handling that and deeding properties to their family. And then the other item that seems to be common is probate. The information we're giving them is very helpful in terms of how to handle probate. And if someone passes, how does that work? And one other item is undivided interest in property, which is a key question that we get, because they don't realize the impact when you have 5 owners and 3 of them want to sell and 2 of them don't want to sell, and it affects their ability to do something with that property.
Yeah, that's a hardship.
Yeah.
How about you, Gina? Because I remember the last time that the 3 of us actually did like a segment together, and then somebody saw us. It's like, wow, Jason, I didn't realize that you're so much taller than those 2.
Yeah, I get that. That is one of the, I get a lot of comments when people meet me personally at how tall I am on TV, not in person.
Well, amazing, knowledgeable, wonderful things come in small packages.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yeah, but Liz is right. We get a lot of questions about probate. And I think, honestly, it's, even for me, I am still learning as many cases as Liz and I handle for families that are in the probate process. I honestly feel like I'll learn something once or twice a year, something brand new that I didn't know before. That's just the nature of this type of business. And I think that's what I love about real estate anyway. It's always, you're always learning something new. And if you enjoy that, this is a great business to be in. And, it kind of goes back to that first question about what do you need? What do you need in order to get into the business other than passing the course and then selecting a good company that fits with your personality and how you want to do your business? Because that's critical. You also kind of need to have the love of learning, because you're going to learn something different every day. If you're lucky and if you understand what this business is about, you will find a way to learn something different every day. And you got to honestly love working with every kind of people that is created on God's earth.
Well, I know
That's
from
exactly what you're going to run into.
I know from doing this show with the both of you is I learned so much about the island that I grew up on. I was born and raised here and everything, and I've learned so much about Guam that I never even knew just from the 2 of you. Like, we talked about the villages and about culture and about aspects and about people.
Yes. And one thing I want to add to that is when Gina and I do our transactions, like she said, everything, it's always different. There's always something new. But one of the keys is staying positive, problem solving. There's always a solution, right? So if we focus on, okay, we have a problem here, how do we solve it? And how do we work with other departments to make this thing work? If there is a problem, someone out there has the answer, and we won't stop till we get that answer.
There you go. Tenaciousness is good too. Tenaciousness.
And sometimes, once you get the answer, you need to tell your people, okay, you're not going to buy right now, and here's why, or you're not going to sell right now, and here's why. And, you got to accept the fact that real estate is not a sales business. It's a customer service industry. And once you accept that, then it's fantastic. You're going to love it.
Hey, but we love doing episodes like this because every few months we'll take like your questions and everything. So please, everybody, keep them coming in because we like doing this kind of thing. We love hearing from you guys. So, ladies, thanks as always. This was fun.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go study for the real estate exam now.
Stay dry.
Absolutely, stay dry.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.
Happy day, I'm Clara Calvo, bringing you your weekly renewal. This month we recognize and we celebrate everything from Women's History Month to Chamorro Month to Black History Month. Being a proud daughter of Guam had me reflecting on all inspiring women in our island and in my life. Being a daughter of Guam means carrying the strength of generations of women who came before us. Our nanas and nananbihas, mothers and grandmothers. Our ninas, godmothers. Aunties, teachers, mentors. Women who held families together, preserved our culture, and showed us what resilience truly looks like. Guam has always been shaped by strong women. In Chamorro culture, women are the heart of the family and the keepers of tradition. They pass down values, faith, community, even recipes. When I think of Women's History Month, I think about my own mom, now 92 years old. She represents strength, support, resilience, loyalty, and unconditional love. I think about the women in our community who raised families, large families, supported their husbands' ambitions, and took public roles they were not necessarily comfortable with. Women who ran businesses, taught in schools, and supported each other through every season of life. Their strength made it possible for women like me and you to stand here today. I have tried to honor that legacy through work, through Synergy. For over 22 years, I've been a co-owner and instructor at Synergy Studios, where we focus on fitness, wellness, holistic health, and community. My work through yoga, dance, different styles of movement, and wellness programs is not just about exercise or fitness or wellness. It's about helping people reconnect with their strengths, their breath, and their sense of empowerment. And I've had the privilege of working with hundreds of women over the years, mothers, daughters, professionals, caregivers, women who carry so many responsibilities and yet still show up every day with fortitude and determination. Women's History Month is not just about looking back, it's also about recognizing the women today who continue to shape our families, our communities, and our future. Many women are balancing careers, raising children, caring for aging parents, supporting their friends, and still trying to take care of themselves. So this month is a reminder that women deserve not only recognition, but also support, health, and space to thrive. When women are healthy, supported, and empowered, the entire community rises and thrives. The spirit of Guam teaches us something beautiful, that we are stronger together. The wisdom of our mothers and grandmothers live within us, and now it is our responsibility to pass on that strength forward. So this International Women's Day and Women's History Month, I celebrate every woman, the women who came before us, the women walking beside us, and the young girls who will one day soon lead our island community. As a proud daughter of Guam, I am grateful to be a part of this legacy. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time on your weekly renewal.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations, cheap things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase. But if it happens, cheap thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying, it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all cheap things. Remembering without saying it, couldn't be more of a cheap thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, an American saving another American's tail. Cheap things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a cheap thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a cheap thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a cheap thing. So we're bringing you more cheap things this year, because cheap things should be everyone's thing.
Pregnancy transforms almost every part of the body, but scientists are just starting to understand what it does to the brain.
And I noticed something when I went back to work after my firstborn, that within that working day, I felt that I was able to kind of get a lot more done, be more productive.
New research suggests there's a biological reason. Scientists in Spain scanned the brains of 127 women before, during, and after pregnancy, along with the brains of more than 50 women who had never been pregnant.
What we found in this study is that women's brain change profoundly during pregnancy, that those changes are dynamic.
Scans revealed women lost 5% of their brain's gray matter volume during pregnancy. That's the nerve-rich part of the brain that processes information, emotions, and empathy.
I know it sounds like a bad thing, but it does not necessarily needs to be a bad thing.
Professor Susana Carmona says, think of it like reshaping a tree.
In which you have a lot of branches and you start pruning some of the branches so the tree can grow up